Alright guys, we're going to ease our way down this way right here and see what we can locate today. I see some movement over on this ridge. I see quite a bit of movement on this ridge. It's not deer, but the ground is so hard through here that you just simply cannot find the track through here. But I'm going to walk over this way and see. I'm making a lot of noise, I know. It's hard to walk in dry leaves. I don't know. And no, that's not a Bigfoot structure. That's where I have one of my blinds at. I sit in that chair on that stool and watch this quite a bit. But there are several deadfalls in here that could be Bigfoot structures. You know, you see there's a lot of rock right here, and it's just hard to get a track in this rock. I do see quite a bit of stuff on this little knoll over here. About every day or two I'll see something on this knoll right here. It's just too far away to get with a camera. We'll walk up that away so we can locate. Try to be quiet again. But everybody says you should be out chasing Bigfoot. They want me to sit still, so today I'm going to oblige them because it's just too cold to sit still very much today. It's in the lower 20s. And a pretty good breeze at times. So that makes it pretty tough. But you can see a lot of deadfalls in here, but I don't think any of them are any type of Bigfoot structure, but they could be. But who knows for sure, right? A lot of oak in here. Red oaks, white oaks. And some pine. But a lot of mast in here to eat. A lot of squirrels in here. A lot of mast. A lot of food for them. Look at this structure down here. This might be something interesting. My buddy Curtis has a channel called Curtis in the Woods. You guys be sure and check that out. He's always out. He's down south. He's in the swamps. It's a lot warmer for him to walk around than it is me at this point. But he found some structures. Plenty of Bigfoot sign. So I want to check his channel out. It's called Curtis in the Woods. Be sure and look him up. Alright, now look at this. Now what's the chances of all those coming together like that right there? Well, I don't know. There's a lot of deer in this area. Maybe it's some type of a trap for the deer like Curtis found the other day. I don't know. Maybe. They all come to that one tree right there and they all lean against it. I don't know. What do y'all think? Possible? Anyway, I'm going to ease on over this way right here and see what we can locate. Down through there. Even near where I'm at, you can 30 inch below surface is rock. You just don't find the tracks in here unless it snows. I walked over in the other day in the snow, but I didn't see much I could say for sure was a Bigfoot. There were some that were questionable. You know, I don't want to take pictures and take video, get everybody turned on about something. Maybe not, but I didn't see anything I thought was a Bigfoot track. Like I said, a couple were questionable. I followed one for probably a half a mile, but got over on some other people's property. And some of this, I own where we're at now, but some of this on the sides of me, I don't own. I don't have permission to get on their property, no matter what, so I don't go on their property. It's just that simple. All that up through there is mine. I'd like to put a house here someday. Probably won't live long enough to do that, so. There's a big field over there with some barns and stuff in it. Like I said, I don't have permission to go to that. Down this gully, I'm good to go. What is it underneath that laurel over there? Seeing something move. I don't think it was quite dark enough, but probably a deer. Most of what you hear and see in the woods are deer. Sometimes they're other things just simply too big for deer. The wrong color for bear. I've never seen a brown bear around here. I don't see anything moving today. Like I said, the ridge behind me we just came across. A lot of times I'll see stuff moving along that ridge. My guess is they're coming down to this gully from the other gully over next door. I like to walk these gullies. They're a lot more easily spotted up on the ridge. Deer usually walk a gully, and I imagine that Bigfoot's pretty much the same way. It's just so doggone rocky in here. You can't do much with it. You just can't do it. This is what I got to work with. But see all those rocks back in there? Look at all those rocks. Get to zoom in a little bit. There's one there at the base of that tree. All kinds of rocks. I just heard something. To our left. That gully right there. We just came across that gully. Let's just stand here for a minute and see what we can see. build a blind down by that tree right there, I guess, that dead tree. You build them slowly. You put a stick or two a day, and that way it's not real noticeable. A stick could fall out of the trees above. They wouldn't notice that too much. But you move 20 of them in there in a day, they're going to notice it. But you put 1 or 2 a day and come back in a few days, put another couple sticks more. That way you have a blind you can watch out of. Like the one over there. You'd be surprised the deer walk by me within 15 foot of that blind over there and never see me. Of course, I have a big camouflage rag, scarf that I pull over my head, and I wear my camouflage pants and jacket. The trick when you're hunting for anything is don't stare at it. You stare at something long enough, it'll stare back at you. So you avert your gaze. You don't ever stare at anything that you want to capture on film or shoot, whatever. It's kind of like when you pass by a Volkswagen car and you see them with the little eyelashes on and all, what you see is a face. That's what you're ingrained to see, is that face. That's the same thing with an animal. If they see anything that resembles a face, 2 eyes, a nose, and a mouth, then that's what they're going to see, is that. So you always cover up. You can leave one eye open, cover up one eye and the nose and the mouth with a scarf or whatever. I sit with my head down most of the time and cover it up. That way I'm not staring at anything and just listen. Nothing can walk through the woods without you hearing it. Deer, if they're 100 yards away, they'll walk by you. You won't hear it usually, but if they're close enough, you'll usually hear a deer. And Bigfoot's a sight larger than a deer, so I guess as you would hear him coming. So I sit with my head down and just listen. You know, obviously most of the time I'm up on the big rock back there, and I haven't been spotted too many times by deer or anything else. But the thing about it is you don't look like from here to that deadfall in front of us. You don't look from here to there. You look out way past that for a Bigfoot. He's smarter than a deer. He ain't coming in very close. And you're looking through something that thick, you're not going to see much more than just his, sometimes how tall he is or the color. I was down here, it's been about a month or two ago, and I watched something, I assume was a Bigfoot, go around and around and around the tree looking up. It looked to me like it was looking up the tree. It was on 2 legs. It wasn't human. Couldn't get a good glimpse of it to see for sure, but it looked to me like it was on 2 legs and was looking up that tree. I don't know if he seen a squirrel. It was a hickory tree. I don't know if he was after the hickory nuts or he seen a squirrel or what his deal was, but he went around that tree probably 4 times, 5 times. And then just like that, he was gone. Didn't see him leave. Have no clue which way he went. Didn't go up the tree. No clue where he went to, but he was around that tree. So, all right, let's ease on this way, anyways. I'm making so much noise today that I don't think I'm going to see anything much. But I don't like stalking through the woods like this because you just can't be quiet. And it's hard to walk with your head covered up and looking down. It's hard to walk like that. So they hear you, then they're going to see your face, and that's going to be it. It's going to be gone, whatever it is. So you're much better off just find you a place, get up in that deadfall right there and sit down and just sit there. I just heard a knock over to our left. Couldn't tell for sure which way it came from. I did see a general area right here, though. Anyway, I'm going to head up out of here. I appreciate you guys watching. Appreciate you guys coming along. I appreciate all the gifts that you guys send our channel. It helps keep us in the woods. You know, these cameras are not cheap. You know, the cords that plug into these cameras don't last long. And kind of like right now, you know, I have to go back out and recharge this phone or swap it out, swap out batteries or something, because I'm down to like 12%. So it's not going to be long. It's going to shut down. It's cold out here today. It don't last long in the cold. So anyways, I appreciate you guys coming along. I'm going to leave it on for just a second more, and then I'll shut her down. I just heard it again. Big clump of laurel over there in the middle of the screen. That's where the rock cliff is that I set up underneath. And I've seen several things done in that area, moving around. So I would say he's in amongst us today. I think they have the ability to change into a color we can't see. The best experience I had with one, I was sitting in the woods, and it was a day, wasn't as leaves weren't as loud as they are now, but you could hear him coming through the leaves. He had some briars. He was eating blackberries, and could hear it coming. Could not see it. Could see the vines moving. Could not see him. And it was coming towards me. So I sat there and I sat there and I sat there, and that was life before, you know, cameras like it is now. You know, everything you pull out of your pocket has a camera on. Back then, they were very primitive and didn't film very long, and the pictures weren't very good, wasn't very high quality. So anyway, I sat there for a while, probably an hour, waiting for him to come out. I figured it was a bear. Well, I figured it was, waiting for him to come out, and he came out pretty close to the edge of where I was at. You could see the bushes moving, but you couldn't see anything. And then my phone rang. And when my phone rang, there it was. I didn't take my eyes off that spot. There it was. It just appeared all at once. And by the time it appeared, it was turning and was running away from us, from me. And, you know, I seen it run up this hill, run right through the middle of those blackberries like it was nothing. You can't run through blackberries. They have thorns on them. And it was running like it was just, you know, it had no problems at all, run through the thorns. It wasn't hurting it at all. And ran up the hill, and somewhere along the line, I don't know that it was that one, somewhere along the line, something hit a tree with a stick. The first tree knock I'd ever heard was then. And I don't think it was him. I think there were two of them. But I think the phone scared it. It changed the color you could see is what I think happened. I could be wrong. I'm not an expert on none of this stuff here. And until one's captured or whatever, you won't know how they operate, to be honest. But I'm 100% sure that there's a Bigfoot out there. They're in these woods right here. I see things. I hear things. I hear hoots and howls and hollers and lots of tree knocks. I have a box these cameras go in for my live stream. One of them, no matter which tree you put it on, it picks up a ton of tree knocks. And you can be standing beside that camera. You can't hear it with your naked ear, but you can hear it through that camera, you know. And pretty amazing stuff. I don't know what that box has to do with it. Channels the sound in to where you can hear it or what. By golly, it does. So anyway, I'm going to go here and sit on these big rocks and watch a while. Thank y'all for watching. Bye.